Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? Now, a lot of you have heard this story before, and I've talked about it a lot in the media, so it's out there. So it's no secret to it, but this is sort of an organized time for me to tell what's going on. So basically, we're going to travel back in time. About 2.5 years ago, I was doing some work for the University of Toronto, and I continue to do this work, in which I pretend that I'm a patient for med students. We're called standardized patients. And what happens at these things is that the doctor checks your testicles first and checks your prostate first, just so he knows what's going on with them, so that if the students have any questions, he can say, well, Mark's prostate is this size, and that's normal for this age, or Mark's testicles are this size, and they feel healthy, and this is what you should feel. But when he did that check, and he didn't tell me right at the time, he felt a small lump on my right testicle. And right after the session, he came up to me and sort of in confidence, and he had his card out, and he said, I don't want to freak you out, I don't want to alarm you, but I found something on your right testicle. I'd like you to get an ultrasound. Don't panic. He was very nice about it. But it may not be anything, but you should check it out. So I went home, kind of freaked out, and had the ultrasound, got the ultrasound results, and it turned out that it was a cancerous right testicle. With testicular cancer, they don't mess around. So once they find a lump on a testicle and they confirm that it's cancerous, they just take your testicle. It was day surgery. I went in, and they took out my testicle and they replaced it with prosthetic right then. I saw a movie like 3 days later, I think. I went to see that terrible Indiana Jones 4. That was probably the worst part of my cancer experience, likely. What the heck was that? With the fridge and yeah. Anyway, now the year after that, I definitely wasn't myself. I was single and weirded out, go through the breakup, and I lost the testicle, the home business that I ran, the home that I lived in, and the girlfriend, all in the period of a couple months. And so it was as tough a 2 months as I've ever had. And so I had about a year of, I don't want to say I went into a depression necessarily, but I probably did. I was not myself for a long time. It was a pretty incredible experience to go down that road of sort of feeling like you've lost everything, but then realizing that you hadn't lost anything at all. You always had everything you always wanted when it comes to friends and family and outlook on life and sense of humor. All those things were there, and all the things that made me strong before this happened started to reappear as time went on. And now look how great this is, that I can help so many people maybe get detected early as well. So yeah, that's sort of it. I mean, everything works fine. My sex life is exactly the same as it was before. My new testicle is named Bad Cop. We wrote a song about him.
The major things to look for, of course, is to look for irregularity.
Mm-hmm.
So firmness or irregular shape are the main things. Mm-hmm. And most people don't know their own anatomy.
No, no, they don't.
But typically what you'll notice is the egg shape will get deformed or firm areas will develop along it.
Yeah.
And usually they're about the size of a dime or that sort of thing. I don't
mine
know
mine was really,
it
was so small, man.
Yeah.
We just got really lucky.
So you're very
it almost felt like it was a ridge on my testicle.
Sometimes
almost.
like a plaque.
That's the best way to describe it.
After puberty, if you develop tender nipples, it's something to think about.
Okay.
And then other symptoms that would be
check it
as if the cancer were spread. So symptoms of cancer get spread to the abdomen, abdominal pain, pain in the bones, coughing up blood.
Okay.
These are all obviously very serious symptoms, but these are also signs of what we call secondary disease. If it spreads to another part of the body, which it can do, even though it has spread, doesn't mean it's incurable either. So it is one of the few, and there aren't many, there's only a handful of cancers that if it is spread throughout the body, you can still cure patients. One other thing I want to tell your audience. It's not uncommon to have an episode of trauma to the testicle around the diagnosis. And that also leads to ignoring. So some guy gets kicked in the groin or he gets a puck to the balls.
Right.
And you feel there and it's firm, you say, oh, it's just a bruise or something. And it appears that that's not true. So again, if there's any suspicion, don't say, I probably got kicked there last week or something. Just go get checked out.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great. And for the amount of time that we have our hands down our pants as men, you would think, right?
We're over-focused on the wrong organ.
Yeah, exactly.